fact that Jamie Foxx is playing the Electro might pretty soon get an official confirmation. Meanwhile, let's take a look at 5 great Electro stories that could fit well in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And before we start, here's what Jamie Foxx said about his potential role.
I understand you're lined up to play Electro in the new Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what's in the works. But that's and I have a little daughter, 4 years old, and what's crazy, like this past year she had a birthday where Spider-Man was a theme, and so now, well, you know, fingers crossed it all works out. I haven't sprung it on her yet, but she will go crazy.
So number 5 in our top 5 stories is The Return of the Sin Eater. Taking place after Max Dillon and Stan Carter have been released from prison, The Return of the Sin Eater sees Electro publicly humiliating Spider-Man several times over. In their first meeting, Electro zaps Spider-Man unconscious and makes a fan of Spidey by leaving him to the police, threatening to unmask him. The whole thing culminates in the big showdown at the power station, which would be absolutely fantastic to see in the film. Number 2 is The Rebirth of Electron. Max Dillon calls his services out to a crime lord named Rose. The Rose then proceeds to strap Electro to an electric chair. Fully charged and now more dangerous than ever, Electro defeats the unprepared Spider-Man and sets his sights on the eternity of the New York City. But with the help of the mutant shaman called X-Man, Spidey throws Electro into the Hudson River, causing him to short-circuit and go into hiding. Number 3 is of course the infamous Breakout Story, which is possibly one of the Electro's greatest crimes. Max Dillon is hired by Skrulls to cause a massive breakout at the prison called the Rift. By doing so, Electro released a ton of superpowered villains such as Carnage, Tiger Shark and so on. So to stop this whole mess, the Avengers were called, and banded together they managed to stop all the hysteria and chaos that Electro caused. Number 4, The Gauntlet. In an attempt to cure Max Dillon of his powers, the mad science, mad thinker decided to turn Electro into some kind of living lightning bolt. This whole experiment gave Electro the power so that he can transmit through all the electrical objects. Later on, Electro incites the massive protest called the Power for the People, leaving Spider-Man pretty much helpless. While the people of the New York City are on the side of Electro, Electro caused Spidey lots of troubles. Number 5 is obviously Sinister Six. After being defeated by Spider-Man 3 times in a row, Dr. Octopus comes with a plan to kill Spider-Man once and for all. Recruiting everyone who has ever been defeated by Spider-Man, Dr. Octopus is pretty soon joined by Mysterio, Electro, Sandman, Kraven and Vulture on his team to put an end to the wall crawler. You know, a few months ago there were rumors that Sinister Six will make an appearance in the Mark Webb Spider-Man. It actually might be a matter of time until we see the whole team in action. Perhaps not in this trilogy, but maybe later on. So what do you think about these stories, guys? Which ones are your favorite? Let me know in the comment section. What's your theories, your favorite stories? And by the way, a year ago I've uploaded some The Amazing Spider-Man issues in HD quality, so you can read them pretty well. And here is the first appearance of Electro. You should definitely check it out in case you haven't. So yeah guys, thanks for watching and bye.
Powers are totally unleashed. Now I can absorb all this energy. Energy without limit!
And yet, still no pants.